Okay, first of all, I would want to say thank you, Opentesol 2022, for giving me such an amazing chance to conduct empirical research and have a chance to share my ideas in teachings, and as well as share my innovative research in order to help the teacher, not only me in the university, but the teachers in high school and pre-service teachers to have breakthrough knowledge to conduct the research in teachings, as well as how to apply some state-of-the-art technologies in teachings so that we can make our class more interesting and more creative than ever. So my research today conduct in a small, is a small classroom, non-major in the student. And I would like to share you my PowerPoint so that you can catch my presentation easily. Okay, let's see. Okay, this one. Okay, so I can still see, you can see my share screen. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm not good at the technology. So first of all, I have a few things to introduce before we starting in the presentation. I would like to thank you the Opentesol committee board, especially Dr. Vo Thi Thu Hang. She also my teachers when I study in master program. And I also thank for the other teachers who celebrate the international conference each year. My research is applying Padlet to enhance classroom engagement of non-major in the student. And I am a lecturer from Phang Lan University. My email's here on the screen, and you can contact me through my telephone number, through KISS, and my full name is Vo Thi Thu Hang. Okay, thank you for thank you for your attention in my presentation. And if you have any questions or feedback, just feel free to contact me to the comment on YouTube. You can feel free to contact me to my email. Okay, my research, the outline of my research. First of all, I would like to mention the introduction, the reason I conducted research. Next one, I would like to go to the literature review, methodology, findings and discussions, and pedagogical implications. Okay, let's get started. The first one, I would like to give you the quotation of Harry Kesar Anya in Eden. He said that teachers will not be replaced by technology, but teachers who do not use technology will be replaced by those who do. Okay, so you know that due to the pandemic COVID-19, we switched our teaching model into another things like we call the e-learning or distant learning, or things like blended learning or hybrid classroom, things like that. But how could we still survive in this classroom without seeing the face of our student? We still create the innovative and creative atmosphere for them to engage in our lesson. So first of all, which I also say, one of the key goals of teaching and learning is to ensure that our students feel good, okay, or feel better, or even feel highly motivated and inspired to the design teaching activities. So from the perspective of a teacher, we always take every single activities in classroom into consideration. Okay, as like a director of the movie, we try to create a lot of activity that make them more involved, more engaged in every single activity. And you mentioned education in the 21st century, we have 4C. The first one is critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. And learning activity and tasks, just giving the ideas, and let them take part in discussions and asking the questions. It's very crucial, all right? We switch the model from teacher-centered into student-centered. It means that teacher is not a teacher anymore in the modern classroom. We are more like the facilitator, right? The facilitator, the conductor, the person who deliver the task and help them to involve in the task, and they have their own idea with regard to the certain task. Okay. Most classes have learner with wide range of learning style. Okay, I totally agree with that point, because each student or each individual have different learning style and different learner motivation. Therefore, the conventional talk and talk methodology can deter the active student from learning to their full potential, right? According to research of Cobb and Fry in 1975. Okay, and next one, in physical language classes, lecturer often use the sticky note. Of course, you know the sticky note here, okay? And flow chart and mini board. When you use a sticky note, the flow charts and mini boards, you say that students, they can visually learn the things. And according to some research, most of the students in class, maybe 70%, they are a visual learner. So it means that they can learn faster with the chart, with the art, okay, with the drawing, rather than just reading a book, all right? And it means that they can actually participate in the lessons and acquire knowledge in a visual, okay, and interactive manner. Okay, so but nowadays we cannot use the sticky notes anymore, right? We cannot use the chalk and due to the talk anymore, mini board anymore, because we have the technology. Okay, technology is the thing, the tool that help us to have a sustainable development. Okay, we can say something for the environment. Okay, we don't use like a sticky note, right? Quite a waste, and it's very harmful for the environment. So we switch to a new thing. So we call it Padlet. Padlet here on the screen I show you, it's just like a visual whiteboard, and it can make a similar space visually, so that a student cognitive engagement can be boosted even after class. All right. So apart from Padlet, there are so many whiteboards that you can see on the screen. I show you some application so that you can apply it in your class. We have the Asana, we have the Trello, we have a Slack or whiteboard of Microsoft Teams. We have the Monday. I thought that you know Monday because there are so many advertisements on YouTube would advertise for the Monday.com, or we can use Basecamp or things like that. There are so many applications on the internet, but actually you have to pay fee to get these for your students. But I choose the Padlet because from my own perspective, I think it's quite a very simple tool. Easy, friendly or easy to use, and we don't need to pay fee. We can save a lot of money, right? Okay. Padlet is a web tool application. It's a virtual world where the student can post their commands, the words, and any kinds of ideas. This can foster the collaboration among the teammates or classmates. And according to David 2017, it claimed that Padlet can use to enhance the interaction among experts from a level of simple tasks, such as guiding and giving instruction, to more demanding stuff, such as brainstorming and presenting. So you can see that Padlet can help you to design a lot of activity in class, from the very low level, we go to the mid to level, and even we go to a demanding level or demanding tasks with high level of student, like brainstorming and presenting. It also stimulates the student attention and respond when elicit idea or participate in discussion. I also apply this technique in the warm-up activity of my classroom or in the leading task, so that I can elicit the idea from different students in class, so that they can have a chance to raise their voice and make sure no one is left behind. Okay, the opinions of individual can be presented at the same time via the virtual place, and teacher can randomly pick the ideas or work they want to use as visual illustration. So you can see on the screen here, I got some student, and I also named my class in my lovely English class. And I put the name of every single student on the Padlet. So when they see their name, they enter and they type their answer, so that I can hear different ideas from them. Okay, so we go to the next one, literature review. Fisher 2017 set up Padlet as an alternative to the traditional use of whiteboard to present information, and it gives learner a chance to communicate, to give information, ask questions, and feedback from peers and instructors. Padlet can enable to collaboration among defined words, and thanks to that, the context of the classroom, a myriad of tasks such as pair work, group work, and brainstorming can be successfully conducted. No downloaded software is required to use Padlet, and each individual work can be shared on Facebook. Padlet is an advantage to users in many aspects, including the prompt collaboration, what all the user can see and react to the work right after they upload it, and user-friendly as well. We talk to the engagement in language learning. Padlet 2010 defined engagement in a combination of motivation, active learning, and also the intersection and expectation and value. And engagement includes several factors such as knowledge usefulness, teaching performance, and self-efficacy. In terms of engagement in language classroom, Schwaber 2009 concluded that in the context of language teaching and use, engagement with language is a cognitive, affective, social process in which the learner is an agent and the language is an object. According to Christensen, learners with high level of engagement are more likely to achieve the suggested outcome in learning program, and this achievement includes learning persistence, endeavor, and expertise knowledge. Okay, we move to the next one, methodology. We go to the setting of participant. The participants were 40 non-English major learners from 18 to 21 years old in one class, the public university in Ho Chi Minh City. And the general English course took place around 5 weeks at school. The textbook were adopted in the course were widely used by some universities in Vietnam. It's a live pre-intermediate second edition, authored by Stephenson and Duman Hughes, and published by Sengay National Geographic. The duration of course is around 15 hours, in which students attend 2 sessions a week. So each session allotted for 1.5 hours at school. Research procedure. In stage 1, the teacher first creates a Padlet free account with class name embedded in the headline of the Padlet. And inside the Padlet, the teacher chose the appropriate layout to maximize learning experience and cell mode. And I adopted cell mode because I think cell mode is it's quite the mode that easy to use and easy to track the learning procedure of the student. It's just like a word with different column, and on the top of the column you can put the name of the student there, and then when you give the link to a student, when they access to Padlet, they see their name on top of the column and they put the answer immediately. It's quite convenient, and it's quite easy for a student to understand the task. and they have their own space to create whatever, create or answer whatever they want. And then we go stage 2. In stage 2, a link or QR code scanning will send to students through their email. And to prevent student from not willing to share their the name, the teacher already put the name each column or the Padlet cell based on the student attendance list. Okay. And next one, data analysis. At the end of the course, students are allocated a questionnaire through Google Form. 5-point Likert scale were adopted. And the research questionnaire were categorized in 5 factors, what are considered as a primary attribution for student engagement: motivation, mutual learning, learner autonomy, usefulness, and satisfaction. Okay, I saw you table 1 is the motivation. Okay, so there are some questions here. First, I am motivated when joining Padlet in doing brainstorming discussions. I am more motivated when browsing through my peer work in Padlet. When doing the task in Padlet, thanks to the instant rating from my peers, I'm motivated in learning. Next one, at table 2, the excerpt from the student sharing voice after experiencing Padlet. Due to the ethical issues, I have to put on the name of the participant in anonymous, and I give you their names are given in pseudonyms. Okay, participant A can say, I can complete the task very quickly. I like to access the Padlet because of the theme is so inspiring. When seeing the other work, I know I have to work flat out to complete mine. I can do my work faster. I can observe my classmate. And mutual learning, learner autonomy, usefulness, and satisfaction. Okay, we go to finding the question. Based on the result, students are more likely to be positively affected by adopting technological tools in pre-task, namely in brainstorming and pre-listening. And more than a quarter of participants, they express their stand that the Padlet is considered agentic engagements, so they feel more proactive in learning experience and shaping their learning identity. One of the most enjoyable widgets of Padlet is grading button, which means that the student could give their own preferences by showing the star number from scale 1 to 5 in their peer class assignment. One more learning tool that students found intriguing is the icon typing. I will show you the icon typing before. I do like this one because when a student look at the icon typing, they see the other are typing their own work, and they have to keep up with the procedure or keep up with the speed of their peers. Okay. First, it shows the typing involvement of other learners, would lead to the result that they have to get their hand dirty by typing their own answer. Otherwise, their learning performance could be on the verge of left behind. In comparison with traditional classroom, without the support of Padlet application, some less excited students are more likely to spend time doing irrelevant tasks. They are on the phone, they talk to each other, the others, maybe they do something, I don't know, but they just and wait for their peer answer. But now in the Padlet class, they have to work flat out. They have to run and have to type the answer because everyone in class does that, so they must do that, right? Last but not least, Padlet can be an effective tool to use outside the classroom so that students could give out more ideas even they don't attend the class meeting. Okay, we go to the last point, pedagogical implication. The effective application break the barrier between low level and high level in the extent that they can freely share the learning experience each other and learning. Okay, I had a mistake here. And learning progress, right? Thanks to the discussion board, a teacher can put them in later reflection in which the learner can track up their learning progress, receiving feedback from their peers. And teacher in 21st century should create a learning environment with the support of high technology in class. Therefore, students could be more interested and enjoyable in the lesson. Some pedagogical tools, namely Padlet, can also help teachers save time in gathering student ideas and create meaningful classroom discussions. And the main problem of some students in Vietnam that they are timid to share their ideas. Okay, they look like a zombie in class and they don't want to share their idea because they are really afraid of being judged by the other in class like us. Okay, Padlet application can be considered an effective tool to stimulate their thinking and get them involved in the lesson and peers achievement. Okay, let's to show you some masterpiece. Here we have when you create the Padlet, I think you should put the title My Lovely English Class, and you put a description here. When you put the description here, they can understand the task quite easy and they follow the track. And you can put the icon. The icon just show you the positive attitude toward the learning, and this is appearance, right? And then you can put some comment. You can turn on the comment buttons. The student, they can give the comment to the others' achievement. And then we have something like like, vote. I normally use start because the student can put the star from 1 to 5 to their peers achievement or their peer work. And then I show you a magic thing here is the typing icon. Okay, in the typing icon, the student see, okay, look at the other, they are working on their project. So if you don't work on the project, you will be left behind. Okay. Thank you for your attention, and for further information, please drop a constructive comment below or contact me with WhatsApp or Yellow or email. This is my telephone number. Okay. I stop sharing. Okay, next one, I show you a few things. Okay, that's I would like to share my Padlet. Okay. This is my Padlet, all right? Here. Here, so I create so many Padlets here for a student, and I put the name. I use the shelf mode, the name of the student here, and then they have a gray star, and this is the construction. Okay. Okay. I would like to share you a few pictures. Okay, that's all. Okay, that's all. Thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you. I hope to receive the comment from yours, and see you next time in Opentesol 2023.